All right, final banner time. Jesus, for tomorrow. Anyway, so Arven. Okay. Arven is the final banner, and he's releasing pretty much for the Trainer Lodge because he's going to be getting his Lodge Sync Pair. I don't know how long he's running for. I need to validate that. Yonk. Just going to put this over here. We're going to find that real quickly. Anyway, whatever. So, Arven is going to be rerunning. Arven's still a good Sync Pair for sure, and he's going to get his Trainer Lodge Sync Pair as well, as I already stated, and that's pretty much why he's rerunning. He leaves on January 1st. If we want to just pull this over here, yeah, he leaves January 1st. So, yeah, cool. Good for you, Arven. So, I'm honestly pretty happy about that, just because it means that I hate fucking... There we go. I hate this browser. Anyway... I do like that, because I'm going to be going for him, because I actually want some copies of Arven. For one, his theme is amazing. For two, he's pretty strong. Arven is a character that gets a lot of his amazing usage out of the Trainer Legendary Gauntlet, but also gets good usage in a lot of other cases. He's pretty good in general. Sadly, Legendary Gauntlet's not rerunning this month, so now people are in doom posting that we're never going to get one again, so all of these effects are useless, but let's hope not. Anyway, whatever. Moving on, I guess we'll go ahead and take a look at Arven. Arven has not gotten his Super Awakening yet. He will be getting it next month alongside Rika, Anniversary May, and literally any other PokeFair character that has not gotten it yet. Hello, like, I don't know, Gloria, I guess. Gloria hasn't gotten hers. Classic Elisa hasn't gotten hers. Please, be good. Oh my god. Whatever. Anyway, moving on. So, Arven, looking at his stats, level 56 star AX, 358 defense, 342 special defense, 818 health, 353 speed, middling attack stats, but that's okay. These are pretty good stats for him. I mean, they're good defensive stats. That's what he wants to support. He got the Tech EX roll, which is giving him even more defensive stats. Okay, cool. I didn't know I needed a Gundam. Sure. Okay. Whatever. Pretty good stats. I mean, the Tech EX roll helps those out a little bit. Obviously, Tech isn't, like, a great roll for him, but, I mean, it's a pretty good general option, I guess. Again, it's more helpful in the Legendary Gauntlet. I'm pretty sure it helps enable his solo versus Moltres. He can do that, right? Yeah, he can solo Moltres. Yeah, he just hasn't soloed Tornadus yet because he doesn't have damage output. If he did, that'd help. Or Paralysis. If they literally give him Paralysis or something off of his Super Awakening, he's instantly soloing Moltres. That is fucking crazy. Anyway, whatever. Not really the point. So, yeah. Arven, good stats across the board. His main abilities are Flinch with Bite, Citrus Berries, which you can use for a multitude of effects, and pretty much most of the effects off of his Buddy Jawlock move, which has pretty good base power, but again, offensive stat isn't that great to make usage off of it, but again, in a Legendary Gauntlet setting where he's very, very designed for, this is pretty good, and even outside of Legendary Gauntlet, you can get some good usage out of a lot of these effects, such as he applies Restrain. This is a good ability to be able to disable some gimmicks of status change, like notably Thornton and Argenta's ultimate battles, where they need rebuff, or in Thornton's case, it doesn't really matter as much. He can use any status change, but Argenta wants rebuff, but Restrain also works for her. I don't think she gains resilience to it, which is really good. I mean, you're able to do this without having to have rebuff, which a lot of characters have nowadays anyway, but if you don't, Arven is a supportive option that can actually do that for you, or apply a similar case. He's got, if remaining MP for Citrus Berry is 1 or more when attacking, it reduces MP by 1 and increases physical moves next of all allies by 2, and if the MP is 0, it restores his HP by 10%. So, whenever there is MP left on his Citrus Berries, he's giving allies physical moves next, which is good. His physical moves next enhancement is pretty strong, and it's going to be good for literally any physical attacker. And he's also got, whenever he reaches 0 on that Citrus Berry, he's got 10% HP recovery, which we'll end up looking a lot more at these healing tiles later on, but he's got a lot of healing. Healing is really what enables his survivability so damn much. He's got his Trainer move, Here You Go, which raises ally attack and crit by 2, and raises attack and defense by 2 when he is restrained. Not when the enemy's restrained, when he is restrained. Which, I mean, restrained gives it to him and the enemy. I don't know why they do it like that, but it doesn't really matter anyway. So, attack and crit buffs, as well as extra plus 4 attack and plus 2 defense when the enemy, or when he is restrained. So that's very, very good. It gives him better defensive ability. It gives him very fast ability to buff ally attack, if that is important to you. It's pretty good. He's also got his passives, of course. Trusty Arven's Choco-Block Cheer. Chocobo clear. Reduces MP by 1 for the user's moves that have the berry effect tag, and grants all the following effects when the user's HP is left at half or below when after it's hit by an attack move or sync move. Restores HP of all allies by 30%, and restores the user's HP by 20%. This is good. I mean, this is very good healing. If you want to preserve, if you don't want to give ally physical moves next, and you want to preserve that, you can opt to use like Bite or Training Move or whatever, and you can actually give the team healing. When Arven drops below half HP, he'll be healing himself by 50% because it's both of them combined, and then all allies by 20% separately, which is good. That's good healing for him, that's good healing for the whole team, and it's got up to 3 uses, which can be really strong. He's got Herbamisk effects, which reduces damage when the user is hit by an attack move while its remaining MP for its moves that have the berry effect tag is 0. I don't remember how much damage reduction this is. I don't think it was ever posted in here, but it's damage reduction. It's pretty solid, honestly. I know, I'm pretty sure Arven and Mastiff, Media Beam, yeah. So it doesn't really tell us here, but that's okay. I'm going to assume it's like 20% damage reduction, which is pretty good. I mean, it just helps his survivability even more. He's got good healing, he's got good survivability, the damage reduction is nice. It really is. Okay, so when he's got also this, he's got hit restrained opponent, team 1 of 5 stats up, being able to buff 1 random stat for the whole team when he just uses a move against a restrained opponent, which is one of these 5 stats here. So if you need defensive buffs, he's got it. If you need offensive buffs, you can have it. And if you need speed buffs, then there you go. So random stat buffs can be pretty good in a multitude of situations. Of course, it's preferred in longer battles, or if you have enough patience to try and roll for the right buffs, that's where you're really able to make the most usage of that. So random stats are good. Again, this character is very Legendary Gauntlet, throttled, but he is also good for other cases because of his healing being as good as it is, as well as the physical moves next buffs, and also just being a pretty decent general support for attack, crit, and defense purposes, which is pretty solid. And he also gets good stuff in the grid. I mean, 1 out of 5 Arven's nice. Nothing super crazy, I would say, but definitely nice. I mean, again, random stat buffs are nice. The healing's nice. The damage reduction for himself. His overall survivability is pretty solid at 1 out of 5. Definitely not too shabby at all. But of course, it's going to be getting better with dupes, obviously. Training with team hit and heal, more tick healing for the team, and just for himself as well. Like, consider the 10% HP here on top of the extra healing that he gets from gradual healing, and the fact that this applies to the whole team. It's pretty good. He's got Bite Aggravation, 60% flinch chance. Flinching is amazing everywhere. It's got some of its... Okay, I'm looking at the... I was actually using my recording. Whatever. 60% flinch chance, very, very good for a lot of game modes. Very, very good in the Legendary Gauntlet, very good in the Damage Challenge in some cases, very good in the High Score event. I don't think he's going to get much usage out of the Damage Challenge, but I do think if we ever get a future Dark High Score event again, that he'll be good for that game mode as well. Again, good survivability, plus flinching's nice, plus the physical moves, next buffs, all that junk. And also, at the same time, a lot of those modes, those kind of vary depending upon what the boosts are. Like, if there's a rival boost, then definitely. If there isn't, then, well, whatever. Anyway, he's got Bite Fast Track 9 for his speed buffs, helps with his gauge efficiency, again, in a Legendary Gauntlet case. I don't know how really helpful this is, though, considering at least Jaw Lock's already pretty good in terms of gauge, because it's only 1 gauge, it's a longer animation. I don't know. Either way, having Fast Track's nice, integrated if you do need it. Impervious for stat debuff immunity could be nice if you are facing a lot of enemies that debuff stats. They're fucking good lord Azelf, big one. What's he weak to? Yeah, Bug, so it actually helps you take Azelf's attacks better, which granted you don't really want to anyway, you want to kind of flinch it to death, but if you do take its attacks, you're not getting destroyed with debuffs. Impervious is good for that. Hit restrained opponent, team 1 of 5 stats up. Same case, I believe, as this same exact passive, but if you need faster buffs, then this passive is good for that. Restrained scope, 60% chance to debuff enemy accuracy. Yeah, that's pretty good. Not only can you now rely upon flinching for aggravation, but you can also rely on enemies missing, even though a lot of them do have accuracy debuff mitigation, so you got to be kind of careful of that, but still, chances to miss, very, very solid. Team Sync Cure, removing ally status conditions after using the Sync move. That's fine ability, if you can stall out long enough. Like, if you get burned or something, or poisoned or whatever, and you're trying to get to that next Sync move, then you're going to be taking a lot of damage, but Arven also does have the healing to kind of make up for it, and then again, he can heal that status condition. He's also got hit restrained, opponent attack and special attack down 9. Debuffing stats again, yeah. He does want 4 out of 5, 5 out of 5 for that tile, but being able to do that is good. Attack and special attack debuffs. It just makes his debuff ability a lot better. Debuffs deactivate a lot of enemy gimmicks. It enhances team survivability a lot better, and his own survivability as well. Again, consider the fact he's already got damage reduction abilities and a lot of good healing innate, and well, you've got very, again, good survivability. Things like training with NPR as well, if you need those extra buffs for the stats, and other things as well, and also like the team hit and heal. You know, you get that gradual healing extra. Arven's going to be really, really strong for getting that healing for the whole team. First, sync move team physical boost here, giving physical moves next to all allies +2 after using his sync move. Just makes his physical enhancement better. Like again, his defensive enhancement for like attack debuff purposes, healing purposes, stat buffing or whatever, like those, it's already good. But this helps out his offensive side of things, where he's already got the physical moves next on using the buddy move, but now he's also got it on using the sync move, though it is only the first time. But a lot of times you're only going to use his sync move one time outside of Legendary Gauntlet solos or duos, but I feel like most of the time you're just going to use him in a solo, considering he does 13 of the damn things, all at 3 out of 5 or lower, and a lot of them are at 1, which is pretty crazy. Anyways, moving on. Team Sentry Entry 2, buffing ally defenses. If you do need this, I don't really see much use in it, though. I mean, I don't know why that's a 4 out of 5 tile. I really don't see its use. Safety Net, Healthy Buffer, and Vigilance, all pretty decent abilities for more survivability. Healthy Buffer is actually really good, considering how well he can heal back up to full. You can flinch the enemy, heal up, flinch, and if you can just get back to full, well, then boom, enemy's next attack's going to be doing a lot less damage. And again, you're still working off of 10% healing on using the Jaw Lock, and also extra healing from using Team Gradual Healing. So Arven's actually able to probably stay at full health very, very easily if you can actually pick up Healthy Buffer, which is pretty nuts. Though granted, again, it's not really needed for a lot of his cases, but still, if you really do want to make it so where he pretty much can't die, this is great for that. I think Arven's got very, very good niches against Argenta and Thornton's ultimate battles, simply because, for one, his restrain being able to deactivate gimmicks, but also mostly against Argenta, to where she is very single target focused in actually doing damage outside of her sync move. She uses like Hydro Pump and I think Liquidation or something, out more so when her sides go down. So if you just keep Arven at full health or whatever, which I mean he's probably pretty good at because of the Healthy Buffer and the ability to flinch. No, she can't be flinched, sorry, but also be the ability to heal with her 10%, his 10% healing here, his gradual healing here, and his 3 different instances of being able to heal with this. That's going to be super solid for being able to just out-survive Annabelle for the most part, or Argenta, which is pretty funny. And again, also being able to debuff attack and special attack, being able to mitigate damage, and also have damage reduction and all this other stuff. Yeah. So Arven's a pretty solid support to be able to just do a good general purpose task. Like again, he can buff all 5 core stats. Again, they are random, but still he can do it. He can deactivate gimmicks with Restrain. Those status change gimmicks he can do. He deactivates gimmicks like Fluid Fortification with his attack and special attack debuffs and accuracy debuffs as well. He's got good healing. Pretty, just again, a good general catch-all type of support character that can be thrown on a team and be a good member to just heal the team, provide extra survivability, provide extra debuff utility, and flinch utility as well, and it's all just really good effects. So yeah, that's my thoughts about Arven and Mabostiff. There we go, figured it out. Mabostiff. He does again also have his Lodge character, which I'm not going to go over too much. It's a support character as well. More so, it's a pretty watered down version of what his base kit is already. He's got attack buffs, crit buffs, defense buffs for the whole team with Iron Defense on top of stat share. He's got status immunity preventing status conditions, attack debuffs with Overwhelm 9, making him a very solid physical defensive free support, and you might be able to get some decent usage out of this guy in like the Rock and Ice high score event. Like, honestly, you might be able to, depending on how the boosts are, just because he's also got his own good survivability with Recover plus Master Healer, meaning he can probably survive relatively well, and at least maybe. I'm not gonna make too many claims, but with a decent amount of luck and playing around it, you probably can actually work around it pretty well. He's also got Iron Defense Acumen for special defense buffs as well, making it so he's not completely frail on that front, but with enough Recover MPRs, he can basically do anything. So yeah, he's also got, again, a decent Lodge sync pair as well if you do want to use it too. So that's what I thought about, again, Arven and Mabostiff, and also Arven and Nacli. Cool. So if you want to summon for the character, you've got a month to do so. He's lasting for just as long as a regular Lodge banner would, even though we're also getting a regular Lodge banner as well. It is glorious time again. So yeah, just if you want him in the Lodge for like the free rewards or the sync power or whatever, then picking up one copy might not be a bad idea. But also, again, that's just completely up to you. He's also got a good theme. I'm definitely going to be doing dailies. So yeah, whatever. I'll see you later. Hope you all enjoyed. Good luck on your summons. Good luck on your skipping. Peace.